Hello friends, today we are going to solve this problem, repeated string. Let's look into the problem statement. There is a string S of lowercase English letters that is repeated infinitely many times. Given an integer n, find and print the number of letter A in the first n letters of the infinite string. Okay, let's look into the example. S equals to ABCAC, n equals to 10. That means this string can be repeated infinite number of times and we have to consider only 10 characters, the value of n, right? So here see ABCAC, then again ABCAC, right? 10 characters are there. Okay. Within these 10 characters, how many A's are there that we have to find out. Now if you will calculate 1, 2, 3, 4 A's are there, right? So there are 4 occurrence of A in the substring. Fine. In the original string, if you see, there are 2 A's. 2 A's are present. Okay. And this string is repeating. There are 5 characters. That's why it is repeating 2 times. So 2 times into 2. In one string, we are having 2 character A. That's why 2 into 2 equals to 4. In this way, we can calculate. Now let's look into the function description. Here S is the string to repeat and N is the number of characters to consider. Fine. And return the frequency of A in the substring. That's great. Now let's look into another example. Here A, B, A and 10 is the value of n. That means here 3 characters are there. This needs to be repeated how many times? A, B, A once, again A, B, A another time, one more time and one more time, right? A, B, A. Now if you see 3, 6, 9, 12, right? But we have to consider what? We have to consider only 10 characters, right? From here to here. That means how many A's are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, that's why output here is 7. Can you say the how many times we have to repeat the string? Okay, after getting value of n, we have to decide how many times we have to repeat this string, right? So if you can calculate that, then easily we can calculate how many A's are there. First we have to calculate how many A's are there in the original string. So accordingly, how many times we are repeating, so easily we can multiply with that. But again, there is a trick that we have to check. Now let's look into another sample. Here A and O, these many times repeating, but there is only character A, so character A will be repeated this many times, right? That's why output will be same as n. Here we got a clue. Okay, let's write down all the use cases. Let's see. First, there is a chance that length of the string is only 1 and that is also character A. Then we have to return what? N, right? Because same character if you are repeating those many times, n number of times, then definitely we have to return n, right? This is the example. So here we can say if length of string equals to 1, if length of string is 1, then check is str equals to string A directly, because the string length is 1, so only one character. If string equals to A, then we have to return what? We have to return n. Okay, what are the value of n? That we can return, right? Otherwise what we have to do? We have to return 0 because there is no character A present. So let's return 0. This is our use case number 1. String length is 1. Okay, another use case might be this one. See, Now n is 10, but here string length is less, so we have to repeat the string, right? Let's say if length of string, this one, length of string is less than, in this example it is less than n, then what to do? Another use case will be if length of string is greater than n, this will be another use case. And one more use case might be length is equals to n. So it is very easy. If whenever length is n, at that time we have to return what? Actual number of repetition of the character a. Actual number of repetition of character a. First step I can say, calculate how many a's are there, a's are present in the string. Okay, so I am saying that is the actual number of repeating character a. Okay, if length is equals to n, we can return the actual number of repetition of a. If length is greater than n, then what to do? And if length is less than n, then what to do? If length is greater than n, that means we have to consider, see, let me to give you an example. A b c d e f g h something is there, and here this is the string, and n is, let's say in this case n is equals to 3. Okay, in this case n is less, length of the string is more. Okay, so we have to consider from 1 to 3, these three characters. Within these three characters, how many a's are there? That is 1. That's why we have to return 1. Okay, so how to calculate number of occurrence of a character inside a string? There is a function std count. Std count is the function by using which we can get number of occurrence of a character inside a string. So use std count, pass two iterators. Here you pass begin, and here instead of passing end, if you are passing end means it will consider all the characters. Don't pass end, pass begin plus value of n, begin plus, in this case begin plus 3, and then pass the character a. Then it will give us the count of character a within this range. Okay, now I hope you understood. If length is greater than n, then what about if length is less than n? What to do? If length is less than n, what will happen? Let me to take one example. Length a b c d e f, again a b a c, something like this. Okay, so now this is how many characters? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 characters are there. Okay, now suppose n is saying 21, n is saying 21. In this case, how to calculate? Now first calculate number of a present inside this string. How many a's are there? 1 2 3. Okay, 3 a's are there. Fine. So how to find this? Using std count. Here pass begin, here pass end iterator, then character a. It will give us all the characters, it will give us the occurrence of a inside this string, right? After that, how many repetition of this string is required to reach at n? N is 21. How to make this string length 21 or above 21? How to make it? Okay, so how many strings, this kind of strings are required to reach at n equals to 21? How to calculate? There are two steps. First step is, now n is 21. Let's do n divided by 10. Okay, number of whole strings that we will get, that is 3. That is the quotient. And secondly, we will have to check how many characters are remaining. Now see, 3 means 10. Sorry, here n is 21. That means divided is 2, right? 2 times this string will be repeated. Okay, And after that, if 2 times you are repeating, then it will become what? 10 plus 10 equals to 20. But n is our what? 21. Correct. So another one character we have to consider, right? Okay. First, how to get that? By using n percentile 10 is equals to, say, 1. This is the remaining character. Now we can say this 2 number of occurrence of a is 2 into this count, right? Number of number of a present in the original string, 2 into 3, that is 6, plus then this another one character we have to consider. Then we have to check if this character is a or not, right? Now if let's modify it to 23, let's say it is 23. Now this will become what? 3, right? Remainder will be 3. Then we have to consider 3 characters, correct? A, B, C, whatever. Then now using std count we can pass iterator, begin iterator, and plus 3. Okay, within this how many a's are there? It is simple, right? Std count is very very powerful, correct? So here count number of a present in whatever the remainder, those many characters. Okay, r remainder I'm saying r length. Okay, so I mean to say this is r. If it is 1, same thing. In using std count we can also calculate if there is a or not. Okay, if there is no a, then std count will give us 0. Okay, no worry for that. So at least we have to pass what? Begin iterator and end iterator. Here end iterator will be what? Begin plus 1. Okay, in case if remainder is 1, then we will have to say std count begin, then second parameter will be begin plus 1, that is the remainder, that is r. Okay, now I hope you understood the problem. I think you can solve it yourself. Try it first and then come back and look into the solution. Let me to clear the screen and write down the code. Step number 1 was this one. If there is only one character, how to get it? String length, right? Let's declare a variable length equals to, how to get string length? S dot length, string dot length, there is a function, and here we can check if length is equals to 1. If length is 1, what to return? Return n. Is it correct? No, because if that character is not a, then what will happen? Answer will be wrong. That's why if there is only one character, then it should be a. If it is a, then only return n, right? So let's check. If string is a, then return n, otherwise return 0. That's what already we have done, right? Now case number 2 is what? Length may be equals to n, right? Let's do that. If length is equals to n, if length of actual string given and n are same, then what are the count we are having? So let's do that first. Let's do the count. Okay, use std count to count number of character a present inside the string. So how to do that? String dot begin, then string dot end, and find which character? A small a. Okay, and count we can store it inside a variable, let's say actual count. Okay, okay, now if length is equals to n, at that time no worries, directly we can return this actual count. Another use case might be string length may be greater than n, right? Length greater than n. At this time what to do? And one more test case let me do. If it is not, then definitely there is no need of writing another if, because equals to is done and greater than is done. If it is not greater than, then definitely it will be less than. So we can take it inside else. Fine. So if length of the string is greater than n. Let me to draw it again. String is this x, y, z, a, b, c, but n is given less, length is bigger, and suppose n is given only 3. Suppose n is 3. At this point of time, we have to give what? Begin iterator and end iterator here, right, to perform the count. That's what we are going to do. Let's do it. Now directly we can return the count. Return std count string dot begin and string dot begin plus n, because n is smaller here, right? Begin plus 3, that will be the end iterator. Within that range we are searching for character a. That's it. Otherwise what to do? This is little bit tricky. Let me to draw it. Now a b c d 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, total string length is 7. Okay, but it is saying suppose n is suppose 20. Then what we have to do? We have to see how many this kind of strings we have to repeat. Okay, so how many? 20 divided by 7 is what? 2, and remainder will be percentile 7 will give us 6. Okay, so 2 times we have to multiply the number of occurrence of a. Let's do it first. First calculate the quotient. Long quotient equals to length is smaller than n, so n percentile length, sorry, divided by length will be quotient, and long remainder equals to n percentile length. Correct. So here count will become what? Here count will become, count equals to q quotient into actual count. In the given string, how many a's are there? Long count equals to this q quotient into actual number of count. Then after that, remaining characters, inside this remaining characters also, inside this 6 character in this case, we have to check how many a's are there. Here if you see, we have to check these things. 1 2 3 4 5 6, another 6 characters are there. Within these 6 characters, how many a's are there? That we have to find out. That's why again std count begin plus r remainder, right? Then we will easily get number of occurrences of a. Let's do this. Then count, directly I am doing count plus equals to, already we have calculated this count, so now this count will be incremented by std count string dot begin, then string dot begin plus r. Okay, whatever the remainder, and within that range what we are searching? Character a, right? Now we can return count. Let's run the code and test. Okay, sample test cases are working fine. Let's see what about other test cases. Wow, great. All the test cases, there are 6 test cases, all the test cases are work. No, more test cases are there. 22 test cases are there. Yeah, all the test cases are working fine. I hope you understood how to implement this repeated string and what should be the approach. And also you have seen the power of std count, how helpful it is. Thank you very much. See you soon. Bye.